Chad here. Um, yeah, dude, got a lot to talk about. I say a lot. Got some announcements coming for Undefined Radio. I'm excited about it. Next week we are launching some new shows on Undefined Radio. I am very thrilled about these new shows. We'll be uploading some other shows to our Undefined Radio YouTube page that I'm looking forward to doing. Just a precursor to some of the new shows coming up. We are launching an Undefined Radio Patreon page that will have a lot of our shows that we've done in the past, stuff that we have put into the, let's say, our vault. We'll call it vaulted. We vaulted some old shows that we're going to put in there. Trying to grow Undefined Radio as much as we can, so we take it in kind of a new direction. We will still be online, live on the free Undefined Radio app. Hanging on to that. It's just one thing that we know is that people listen to their music everywhere, right? They do. They have their own little style of music. So we're going to bring you more variety shows that we have. We have a couple of wrestling talk shows that we do. We have a sports show that we do. But we are bringing you a couple of new shows that I've test run one. It's got a lot of views on it, and I really like it. And it's going to be this one right here, Myths and Mystery. It's a Myths and Mystery. It's our podcast. I'm excited about this show. I really like the idea behind the show, and I'm excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun to do. It'll be a weekly show. We're going to do it on Wednesday nights, about 8 o'clock on Wednesday night. So you'll be able to tune into the free Undefined Radio app and listen to the show, or you can watch along with us live on Facebook, and then it'll be imported out or exported out in podcast form wherever you listen to your podcast at. So that's going to be a fun show. That's going to be cool. So we want guests on that show. If you have interesting stories you'd like to be a part of the show, and you're not afraid to talk about any signs you may have had, because we're going to talk, not only is it going to be supernatural stuff that we're talking about, but also conspiracy theories, disappearances. I mean, just murders, things that you've seen and heard, things that interest you in that field. That's why it's called Myths and Mysteries, urban legends, all kinds of cool stuff. So we'll be talking about that. That's coming live to Undefined Radio next week. And not only that one, but another show that really interested me. And I got to thinking about this, and I've been trying to put it together for a while. And it's called Undefined Voices. So this show right here will be a lot of the thing with Undefined Voices. It's going to be talking to people and bringing them on the show for people to talk about their businesses, hobbies, interest, just whatever they makes them unique and they want to talk about. We'll have different guests on here to do that. It's going to be a lot of fun, whether you're a musician, an artist, it doesn't matter. Want you on Undefined Voices, hit me up on Facebook at the Undefined Radio Facebook page if you want to be a guest on that show to talk about any of those things. So we can book it, so I can promote it, so we'll know what we're going to talk about when we bring you onto that show. So it's going to be a lot of fun. That was going to be a lot of fun. And not only that, but we're bringing back Muddy River Music. I'm excited about that too. I'll give you more details on Muddy River Music. I'm lining up guests for that. It's strictly Muddy River Music will be more of it's going to be more about indie musicians, right? It's going to be about talent and there's so much talent around here that you haven't heard. So many great bands, so many great musicians and artists, whether it's bands, single artists, whatever the case. There's a lot of great musicians on this, just here in the U.S. alone. Here in our specific area, there are a ton. And we want to highlight those musicians, bring out, and get some eyes on their product, right? And who they are and on their brand, because I think there's a lot. And there's a lot that we can do there to really bring a lot of eyes and ears to some of the local talent we have around here. We're going to be doing that. And I'm excited to do that. That's a lot of fun. We did it before the pandemic shut everything down, before it really slowed down the growth of Undefined Radio. And it's been hard because I love Undefined Radio. And talk about a mental toll it took with the pandemic, and then we lost sponsors and all the things. Our station took such a hit. But here we are, still persevering through it. It's been difficult. It's been tough to do. But this is our reaffirmation that Undefined Radio is not going anywhere except up. This year, I've debated the last few months. What are we going to do? How are we going to make this thing work going into the future? Because it's tough, man. It's a hard thing to do when you have a business and it takes a real big hit like it has. Hey, Matt, how you doing? How's my ribs? Sore, buddy. They are sore. They are still sore. But your business, you have to push through and you have to work through. If you really love something, I mean, it would have been easy to tank the whole thing and just say, you know what, I gave it a shot, and then there it was. And it's really tough when you're trying to build something and then something weird and crazy like the pandemic happens and it just cuts the legs out from under you, right? It takes out all the momentum you've had, all the momentum from what you're trying to build and grow. And we have such a good thing going on. And trust me, and as positive of a person as I am, it really took the wind out of my sails. It really did. So, but I've always been told you don't quit. And I believe that in my core. It's not something that I don't believe in, but even those with those kind of values, those of us with those values, still you suffer from the depression of, man, is it worth it anymore? And I will tell you, yes, it is. It is worth it. So I appreciate the sponsors that stayed on board to help us get through it. It's been tough. And we may be on the low end of that right now, but we are coming back with a passion. And I encourage anybody out there, if you want to do a show on Undefined Radio, if you have a voice, you want something you want to do, something cool and unique, let me know. I'll get you on here. I'll give you your own show on here, and we'll see what we can do to make it happen. Mark says, love jamming out the local music talent from mine and others' home states and towns. Dude, me too. Mark, it's fun. And there's so many struggling artists out there who work so hard to be seen and heard. And it's just, there's so much passion when it comes to music. So Muddy River Music will be coming back. Like I said, and there's weird people like me out there who love talking about the supernatural, the weird stuff that's out in the world. Like I said, that's what Myths and Mysteries will be. And then just anybody who has a business and you want to promote your business, Undefined Voices is going to be the show for you. Because there are a lot of people. I believe small business is the backbone of this country. It's not large corporations. Large corporations control the political climate in this country, but small businesses are what make this country run. Period. It's the small business owner that does that. Where you can go and you shop local and you build your communities up. And it doesn't matter what that industry is, man, whether it's the people who do t-shirts or make cool, unique gift items, or they have their own little mom and pop restaurant or whatever, that it is that person does that makes it unique, right? They have their little business, they add value to the community and to people's lives with what they build. And so with Undefined Voices, I really want to reach out and get a lot of business owners, people who are hobbyists, who have hobbies doing different things, whether it's paragliding or parasailing or whatever it is, that thing that you do, right? Tattoo artist. Love tattoo artists. Just a hit right there. Love tattoo artists, right? So there's a lot of talent out there, and we want to highlight that. So going forward, Undefined Radio is we're going to take off. That is our goal. We can't do this without you guys. So there's going to be a lot of things in the works coming around the bend. We still have Johnny Pace in the morning, Monday through Friday, from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. And Johnny has been just a mainstay, right? He does his show. And like I say, when we took a hit, he took a hit when we had to do this. And it takes every penny we got coming in to keep this sucker above board, because y'all don't realize the cost it takes to make this sucker run. But to me, it's worth it. It's just worth it. It's worth it to get in here and do something unique and do something that you have a passion about and are willing to go for it, right? Really willing to go for it and say, hey, let's do this thing and do it. Because I support all business owners. I don't care what your background is. I don't care male, female, black, white, red, yellow. It doesn't matter to me. Young, old, rich, poor. Doesn't matter to me. As long as you have an ambition and you have a passion and you want to chase something, you have a dream, you have a goal in mind, and I support it. Let's go. Let's do it. Because that's how I was brought up. you look at the content person's character, buddy, and that's what I hope Undefined Radio is built off of, somebody's character and the content of that character. That's what we do. That's what we do. Myths and Monsters is a fun topic. Totally dig the paranormal and unknown. Boo, Mark, me too, buddy. I'm telling you. It's fun. It's fun. And, of course, like I said, we have our wrestling shows that we do. We've got our sports show that JC and I do. And we're going to be adding more. We are adding more. We're working on different shows. Like I said, it takes a lot to put these things together. But it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth the support that we've gotten from you guys to keep Undefined Radio rolling. And I'm excited about it. We've got a lot of things that we're going to be doing. Adding new software so we can make it easier for us to do cooler things and newer things and do stuff from, oh my Lord, I'm lost my train of thought here. I'm trying to do so many things at once and keep my thoughts together. But yeah, so there's a lot of stuff that we want to do. On location stuff. I mean, doing remotes and things like that, and more fundraisers and things that we can do to give back to the community, help build the community. We cover the politics. We want to cover local politics, especially because in our communities, it kind of matters. We will have shows dedicated to that, especially when it gets to be election time, as we move closer to that. We report on all the election results. So whatever side you're voting for, whatever you're doing, you got to let your voice be heard. All right, so I don't tell people how they should vote. I don't tell whom they should vote for. I have the people that I vote for and the way that I look at things, and you have yours. And that's what I love about Undefined Radio. It's not about catering to one voice. It's about catering to all voices, because you cannot have a successful society without listening to all points of view and taking them in and going, okay, and then finding common ground to build on, because we're all different, right? We're all different. And I cherish those differences in people. I don't look at those differences as a bad thing, right? I just don't. That's not how it's built. I believe because that's what makes life interesting. As long as you're not trying to destroy somebody, we're good. We're good, right? So I appreciate it. I appreciate all those who've stuck with Undefined Radio. I appreciate all of our sponsors who've sticking with Undefined Radio, who have helped us get through these rough times these last 3 years, because it has been tough. I will say it. I play things, people who know me know I play things pretty close to my vest. I don't put a lot of my business out there other than what I want you to know, right? So there's a lot of things that I keep, my thoughts and my feelings on a lot of stuff I keep to myself. And but this is one of those things that I appreciate so much, the people who stood by us, who continue to help support us. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes that we try to keep rolling and keep flowing out there, and we hope that a lot of people who have been on board continue to stay on board and help us grow it. Sometimes a simple like and share will do, and that's all we ask. And if you want to do a show on Undefined Radio, and I've said it before, hit us up. You can email us at undefinedradio@gmail.com, or you can just go to Undefined Radio and message us. Or if you're watching this on my personal page, message me there. Any way you want to do it, just get to me. I will get back to you. It may take me a second. Try not to, but it may take me a second. This injury got me down a little bit, but not out. Not out. So we do a lot, and we love it. Wouldn't have it any other way. So I appreciate you guys. I know it's Friday night. Cinco de Mayo. We're headed out to Gold Strike Casino. Listen to a buddy of mine play some music. Eat a little food. Have a little fun. Because life's meant to be enjoyed. So you guys be safe out there tonight, whatever it is you're doing. We'll see you back here. After Dark will be tomorrow night. We're doing Saturday night After Dark. So for those of you who tune in for After Dark, tomorrow night will be a wild ride. We got a lot to say. It is After Dark. It's adult content only, folks. So do not be around your children. If you're overly sensitive, don't watch that show. I'm just saying, it is a comedy show where we're just over the top. So you can't take it too seriously. We're just wild and over the top. So be ready for it. We have fun with that show. All right, guys. Love you guys.